everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today you join me back out in the hunt for a stingray. Hopefully today I'll be able to get the camera on so I can actually film me catching one. And back down on the south coast, I'm going to try for the stinger. We're fishing an incoming tide. We've just got here on low water. The tide is just turning, and cross fingers we can get into it. There's been a blaring sun all day, so hopefully it would have warmed up the mud and that, and then we can come in and see if we can get a stinger. Today I'm joined by my old fella Mac McCurville, who's travelled down from Scotland, and he's fishing one of the police and veterans matches down here. So he wanted to catch a stingray because obviously you can't get them up in Scotland, so we've nipped down to a local mark to get them. Conditions today have been pretty good, to tell you the truth, and that's why I said to Mac, you know, it's looking good. The wind's picked up a little bit, but I think that's in our favour. But it's been a really warm day. It's quite a big tide again, so it's exposed quite a bit to the mud, so cross fingers we can get into one. So what I'll do is normal, I'll quickly run you through the rods and reels, and then I'll quickly run you through baiting up, and I can get it into bait into the water now, because the tide is just starting to make in now. As you can see, Max just walked down there to cast out. And hopefully I can get a stinger on camera for you last time, because I was devastated after the last one. I had one within about 30 seconds and I didn't set the camera up. But hopefully we can go through it now, and tonight, because I'm not going to be moving back with the tide, I'm going to be fixed in a spot. I can take you through actual out baiting up and that, and then I can run you through the tools I use for landing one. Like I said, the extra long T-bar, the rags, and we can talk through a bit more about stingray fishing, because as we spoke about, it's one of my favourite ones. On the video which I'd done before, I did talk about the area which I like to look for, and that's what we're fishing over today, is shingly, muddy bottom, and hopefully we can get into one. So what I'll do is now I'll quickly turn the camera around, I'll run you through the rods and reels I'm using. After that then I'll get 2 rods in the water, and then when I'm baiting up my other rigs, we can jump into the beach buddy and have a look at them for you. Right, so I got my back to the wind at the moment because it is blowing from left to right down the beach. Tonight, I haven't got my Nagas and Blackouts tonight, but what I've gone for is a Cobra Mark GT2s. I do like these rods, and when I went in the garage to get all the kit out, I thought, yeah, we'll give those a go. Because they are surprisingly a right grunty rod, and I haven't caught the stinger on these rods, so I'm going to give it a go today. I've got those coupled up with a casting special, 20-pound blaze, 80-pound tapered Xenon shock leader. And they're ready to go. The rigs I'm going to start off with, on one rod I'm going to have a 6-foot up and over, size 3 O's and size 3 O circle hooks, and on the other one end I'll have an 8-foot pull up and over with the same, again, 3 O's, but then I can test and adjust then to see if the longer or the shorter up and over works. And the other ones then I'll have a 4-foot and a 3-foot up and over, and then throughout the evening I can see which one the stinger's like. The tide will be start off on a 6-ounce lead, but when the tide does pick up, I'll probably have to go to a 7-ounce lead. Baits, I've just got ragworm, and I'll take you through that. That's already got a rod in water, so I'm going to get in there now and get these baited up, and then I can get the rods into the water. After that, then we can go through baiting up, and then speak about the area which I'm fishing. Right, when we got a bit of light now, is what I'll do is, because I couldn't show it last time on the video properly, and I got a bit of light here now, how I bait up ragworm. Like I spoke about, over the years, I've refined it down, because when we first started doing it, it was about 12 or 13 ragworm on there. You had baits about that big. But over the years, then I've cut it down, so you're not going through so many ragworm. And I found it now is better getting better hookup baits than that. So I'll take you through it. So I get one ragworm. As you can see, I've got quite large ones. So I hook the first one through. If you want to put it on with a baiting needle, it's completely up to you. What I simply do is then, I got my ragworm, as you can see, like so. I get my baiting needle then, point the end, and just feed it up the worm's body. And when I'm doing it, I try and do it about 5 minutes before I'm going to cast out, because I want to keep as much scent as possible in the worm. Hopefully there won't be too much weed tonight now. Sometimes when you're fishing for stingers, especially in the Solent, the weed is absolutely horrendous. Right. If you find the worms are too slippery, what I do is drop your shot for a minute, dip them in the sand, and you can hold them a lot better then. Simply head hook it, so you've got it hanging down like that. Another one. These are massive worms, so you won't need a couple of these on there. Another one. These are massive worms from Graham, I gotta say, yeah. And then another one on it, so you've got them all hanging down. What I simply do is then lay them on your hand like so. So then you're holding them like that, tuck everything in. So it's like a nice little sausage. Get your bait cotton. Like so. And then just whip it up then. Keep your hook on the top and just whip it round. Like I spoke about in the past, I like to use strong fine wire hooks, because if you use thick gauge hooks, it tends to break the worms. So I've always found fine wire better. And as you can see, and you get a sausage shape with all the worms whipped on. I'm just showing Mac now I was. Hopefully we can get Mac into one. He's come all the way down from Scotland to fish that competition. It'd be nice, because Mac loves his species hunting. As you can see, I've only used 3. They are quite large ragworm, but I've only used 3. And as you can see, I got quite a considerable bait. And if the crabs are a nuisance, whipping them on will give you a little bit longer. But sometimes the crab in the Solent are just absolutely relentless. You've got to battle against the weed, the crab. I think that's why it's rewarding. My favourite ray, the stingers. Lovely, man. And you can see then, I got it like that. All the juices are coming out. Pull that out. And as you see, it's a lovely sausage. You know, it's, by the time you push it down, it's going to be about that big. All the juices dripping out of there. And I haven't gone over the top with the ragworm. You know, as you've seen, they are quite large worms, but I've only used 3 of them. Slide it down in your circle hook. Like so. And that's perfect, ready to go out now on my next cast. Well, that was my first cast out. Me and Mac were talking, and I thought they had a bite, but then obviously a lot of weed came through, as you can see, it's all down here. So I said to Mac, oh, I got a bit of weed on it. And then about 100 yards out, there's like a rock with a crab pot on it in it. Well, my line went through that, so I had to wade out to get it. I brought it back in, and Mac said to me, I've already got a fish on it now.
And here we are.
And there we are. First cast, smooth hound. But that was an ordeal, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, having to wade out there in the first place to get that crab pot.
Yeah.
But it's not blank, so can't complain.
No, so first cast, but I didn't even have a fight. I didn't even film it because I just thought they had tons of weed in it. But it was tons of weed. But then a lovely little smooth hound. But Mac was slipping back for me now, but that was a right ordeal. I was, because obviously I cast it out on when the tide was out. All my line was wrapped around the crab pot. I had to wade out to the crab pot and unwind it. But yeah, first fish, smooth hound. But hopefully we can get into some more now properly and I can get it on camera for you. Oh, not bad, first cast, but that was quite funny. I didn't even know it was on. I just told Mac, I said, Jesus, I got some weed in here. But it must have broke out and he went down there. But then I had to go around that crab pot and I had them weighed out. But that was quite funny. What I'll do is now I'll take some time out to show you essential kit which I like to use for stingray fishing. As most people know, you know, that's what they call stingray. They have got a stinger on the back of their tail. Especially on the big ones. Even the small ones can be a bit cheeky, you know, when they start flapping it around. So what I try and do is, as soon as I get it beached onto the beach, I try and immobilise the sting as well, to protect yourself and also to protect the fish, because they do whip themselves quite ferociously and they can damage themselves. So I try and first thing I try and do is immobilise them. So first thing I do, I have an old rag. As soon as I get it up onto the beach, put my rod back into the stand quickly and drop the rag around the stinger, wrap it around a few times and just leave it, and that normally holds it. It'll just go back and forth. And then obviously you can then obviously get the hooks out of it. Good thing about stingers, their bite is absolutely weak. So you can put your hands in their mouth and that's what that's not like a normal undie or a thornback. I wouldn't recommend you putting your fingers anywhere near their mouths, because they can make a bit of a mess on you. So then you can just safely get the hook out. When you're getting a photo, what I try and do is position the fish in front of you so the weight is on the tail. Put your hand in your mouth, hold it up, and then you can get your photo. I wouldn't recommend picking it up, because that tail, even if you're holding it there, it can come back up and catch you in the arm. So I just try and rest it. The really big ones, just sit behind it, hold the tail up and get a photo like that. Other top tip, you see me in the video, which I like using, I had this made for me in the work, extra long T-bar. When you're releasing them into the water, try not to, I see people holding them up as well. If you see my video, I spoke about it. I met a marine biologist when I was fishing in Southampton, and he told me that it damages them, because that's what they obviously they breathe through the top of their head. Lifting them up by that or dragging them into the water is not good for them. So what I simply do is, as you've seen in the video, lip that into his mouth and you can just pull it away. You are a good distance away from the stinger if it does try and whip around, and you can just gently pull it into the water. The bigger ones, you know, I have put my hands in their mouth and pulled them in the water. Never try and pull them through the breathers on top, because that will damage them, and they're a fantastic fish and you need to look after them. Next thing I use obviously is a weigh sling. Brilliant for you smooth hound as well. Obviously you can wet it, and when you got your fish in there, you can leave it in the side of the water, put a stone in it and he can't get out of it, and just simply put the stingray in it. You can tip water on him to get him wet, and that you can measure it, weigh it, and you're good to go. Weigh slings are brilliant, and relevant companies do them, but then it's perfect. And if you want to, then with the big one, if you got it in the sling, you can just pick the sling up, and then you can walk it into the water and you won't have to use the T-bar. But if you haven't got the sling, use the T-bar method. But the weigh slings are brilliant. You can just walk it out into the water, open it, and then you can slide him off the front, same as smooth hound and all that. Never hang him up by the scales. I don't like that. You see some people hanging up ray by the scales and smooth hounds and all that. It's just damaging the kit. You know, these are about 15, 19 quid worth it. They last forever. You know, it's probably cheaper than a takeaway. But yeah, but the light is just dropping now. We're on our second cast out we are. I was only fishing one rod to begin with when I caught that smooth hound, but I have got both rods out in the water now. And the tide is coming in lovely. So hopefully now we can get into a stinger for you, or a nice big smooth hound. We're on quick enough, but it looks like he's got a smooth hound and a strap conger. Well, hey Mark.
There you go.
Oh, so look at that.
That's a normal student.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Common.
And a conger.
2 of Tronics Pro species hunt.
Oh yeah.
Well done, Mark.
Job's
We'll let Mark get those sorted now and get them marked off his Tronics Pro. Well done, Mark. Yeah, Mark just had that fish and I just walked up here now on my left hand rod. I don't know if you can see it, it's gone right way down tide. Sorry about the head torch. Yep. Yeah, that proper shot right down tide. We get it in. Sergeant, I'm trying to keep my back. The wind's dropped a bit. Still coming down from left to right. Well, that just down with Matt. I didn't. Mark, he's behind me putting the fish on his Tron Explore species and that just flew down. Hopefully the hound that comes through and hopefully the stingers over there. We've got a little bit of depth of water in front of us now. Like we spoke about, I said once the water reaches the bottom of the post. So you normally get them. May have to go out to shot now. Do apologise, but this is kiting right the way down the beach. You can see in my line is now. Right, I'm going to have to run down the beach and get this now. Wait. Yeah, and there it is. Lovely little smooth down. Look, you just seen you. I came back up after helping Mac with his, and then my line was gone right the way down the beach. A second cast now, second smooth down. Not a massive one, I'd say about 5 or 6 pound. Little starry. But I'll get him back now, but that's 2 casts, 2 smooth down. But hopefully I love catching these, but obviously we want a stinger. So hopefully these don't pester us all night, but I do enjoy a stinger around Mac good, don't I? Hopefully we can get bigger ones. You can get bigger ones here. But then hopefully we can get a stingray in between these now. I'll get this little fella pop back now. Yeah, I just put that hound back. I just baited up my second one. Obviously I put the other one back into the water because it's already baited up. And that's gone right down tide again. I think we're going to get hounded out here. And as you can see, there's a bass or something on that one, look. I think that's the issue when you come stinger fishing, like we spoke about. Yeah. Is bass. And obviously now the hound, because the hound in the sole end, yeah, try and get back. The hound in the sole end, absolutely love ragworm. You can see, look, I've been slacklined on that one, look. I just right pull down in, look at that one going. I got a fish on here, and then there's a fish on my right hand rod as well. I hope you can see it. I just pulled down, it broke me out, and that one's going down tide as well. I'm in a right pickle here. Might have to beach this one, and then look at that one. That one, just as you can see, pulled right down, sprung back, and that's off down tide, look. The only thing you have where we're fishing is groins. They can be a nightmare, especially on high tide. For smooth down for some reason, yeah. I may have to go to shot now. What I'm going to have to do is run down and get that smooth down. And obviously I'll come back and deal with this one now. Well, that one wasn't a smooth down, it wasn't. It was a bloody big conger. And when Mac was bringing it in, it come off and it nicked my hook. But I can't believe it, a conger, but this is the one that pulled over and sprung out. Trying to catch up with it. This is the one that broke out when we were looking at the other one. Yeah, I can't believe it was a bloody big conger. When Mac went to get it for me, it bit the trace. Trying to catch up with this one. I think I may have dropped it, you know, messing on with that other rod. Ah, bloody hell. Yeah, oh, nightmare. Faffing on with that camera, and as you've seen there, I just bent it over and broke it out, but I dropped that one. But that's fishing for you, so what I'll do is I'll get these 2 back baited out and get them back out there now. I'm a little bit gutted for at the moment. That's all we're having, and I've never seen this before on this mark with fishing. Is strap congers, every single cast. But the issue is they're not even registering as a bite, so we're just sitting there waiting, and you wind in after 15 minutes to do a bait change, and there's this little bootless and Mac's up there and he's having the same issue. So I'm hope, for God's sake, that these push off, because as you can see they're just wrecking the traces there. Ah, that's not good. I've never seen straps here before. Strange, man. Strange, because like I said, it's only shallow, quite shallow water which we're fishing in. But yeah, so I've had those 2 smooth hound, and after that then, there's been a strap on each one. Ah, nightmare. But we're going to keep on going now. Hopefully these push off. We've got another 3 hours till high water, so hopefully then the hounds will come in and hopefully deter these. But at the moment, we're just getting strap congers. But it's a fish, but it's not the fish what we wanted. And the issue is, I don't mind catching straps, but because we're not registered in a bite or anything, they're just messing up the rigs and stuff. So I'll get him sorted, get him back in now, and we'll keep on going. And cross fingers, we can get into a nice big hound or that stingray which we're trying to target. And these little sods leave us alone. Well, it's had a lovely bite, as you can see it on the right hand rod, look. I'm hoping it's not another conger. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Last year, school bass was my nemesis. And this year, like, I went to Southbourne place fishing and there was a conger. Every single chuck. It broke me in the end, but we've come down here now and I've never seen conger here before. So I'm praying that when we get a good depth of water in front of us, that the hound come in a bit. Because at the moment, it's just straps, man. I'm hoping this is a smooth hound. I think it might be, you know. Oh, it's gone down the groin. I have to go out now, it's just gone down the groin. And I got a load of weed in it. I have to go out for a minute. Oh no, it's a bass. Bass. Oh, I've landed. Right. Not the biggest bass in the world, but it's not a strap conger, and you see now, and I honestly thought, wait. That's a lovely little bass, look. Different from a conger, I honestly thought that was another strap in. It's a lovely little bass. But I get him back, that's a welcome sight in between all those strap congers we've been catching, because they've been a right nuisance, they have. But I get this little fella back now, and come on, there's something different from the conger. And cross fingers, now we can get into our target species, the stinger. I got a cracking run on the right hand rod. Can you hear it going? Come on, let it be a stinger. Yeah, that was a cracking run, that was. That's the one I just caught the bass on. I just cast it back out with a fresh bait. And believe it or not, I went down to the water's edge because there's flies. Once the wind drops, flies come from everywhere. So I went down by the water's edge trying to get a bit of breeze. Try and keep it away, it's gone down there. I'll have to nip round here. Try and come back into shot now. That's gone right the way down like we spoke about when we come back into shot. The only issue we have where we are is groins. That's gone right the way down, as you can see. It's kited right the way to the left. That's gone down 2 groins, fair play to it. I'll get it in as far as I can, but I might have to run down and get it. Try and turn it to get it back up now. It looks like a smooth down, to tell you the truth. Smooth down, I think it is, Mark. It's coming back up. It went down 2 groins, but it's coming back up now. Mark's just gone down now. Yeah, it's another hound. I was hoping it was going to be a stinger. Better one, Mark? Yeah, Mark's just dealing with it now. That was good, that was. It went down right the way down 2 or 3 groins, and I managed to turn him and get him back up. Mark's bringing him up now. Thanks, Mark. Just a little bit bigger of a one. Yeah, they haven't been massive hounds so far. But yeah, these, once our wind drops, the flies just come out. Right. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, go on here, Mark. Let me put that in it. You're a gentleman, Mark. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Mark's drag going in, was it? Mark's drag's going now. Yeah, lovely little smooth hound, look. A little bit bigger than the other one, I say 6-7 pound. But yeah, that's another welcome sight there, that bass. I thought we were going to get strapped out, to tell you the truth. But I caught that little, but wait. I caught that, I don't want to keep him out too long. Yeah, I caught that bass, but I honestly thought we were going to get strapped out. But like I said, the water's got a little bit deeper now, and these have moved in. So I'll quickly get this one slipped back, and cross fingers, we can get into either a bigger hound or a stingray now. Great fun. How come I got it? I hope I got it on now. It was a screaming run then. That absolutely took off then. Yep. I was just baiting up after catching a smooth hound. And it just went ripping off, it did. Mark, you have to grab the other one. The other rod's going. I got a hound on each one now. Mark will have to get the other one in. Oh, it's carnage here now at the moment. My left rod just ripped off and slacklined me. And there's a hound on this one. Mark's just out the camera, but there he is. That one's flown down tide, Mark. Mark's just running down the beach after my other rod. It'd be nice if one of them's a stinger, but I think the hound will come through. Like I said, once we get that little bit of deeper water, it's pushed the straps off. And the hound are here. Oh no, I can hear Matt's ratchet going over there as well. May have to go down a bit, Mark. We're in a right pearl here. Mark's running down the beach after the other hound. And I'm not going to lie to you, my hound is nearly down by him. I'll try and turn it now. I may have to go and help Mark now. We're in a right predicament here. As we spoke about the groins, Mark's down about 2 groins. Right, I'm going to have to nip out and help Mark. Is that you, Owen? Right, I'm going to have to nip down and help Mark. Oh, that was carnage, that was. There's my smooth hound. Mark went all the way down there. I'll see Mark now. He's trying to untangle it down there. There's another smooth hound down there, but I brought this one up because we managed to get her off. Mark's down by there sorting it out. But yeah, both rods going as you've seen. I managed to land this one quickly. I'll go down and sort Mark out down by there. He's with another one. I think, you know, Mark's down by there now. There's another fish on there. Carnage at the moment. Well, I'll sort these 2 hounds out now. If I can, I'll bring the other one back up, and Mark's had to go run to his other rod, and the other smooth hound's down by there on the side, so I'll get this one quickly slipped back. But yeah, brilliant fishing. Absolutely brilliant fishing. As you seen it, that one I had, Mac went down and landed the other one. We had 2 smooth hounds on both of my rods, but Mac managed to grab that one and take it down. That was madness, wasn't it?
Oh, I tell you what, that's just... they go.
Yeah.
Not quite what we're after, but hey, you can't fault with your
No, brilliant.
less, can you?
At least it's not a strap conger.
Oh, we've had
They
enough
were a right pain, they were.
We have had enough of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Trashing the rigs.
Yeah, if we're catching stuff like that, we can be happy. I mean...
Yeah. All the way from Scotland?
Yeah. Saves me having to go and try and find them in Scotland, like...
Yeah, definitely. But that was brilliant then. 2 smooth hounds straight after each other.
Yeah. Right cause of tanglement, but...
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I'll leave Mark get that one back now when we get back to it. Well then, Mark. I was just baiting up my bait and I turned round. I was speaking to Mark, saying I was a mad 5 minutes. And all my slack, all my line was slack on the beach. Yeah, another fish. Yeah, I was just telling Mark I was a mad 5 minutes, and Mark said the congers had come back on with him there. And I turned round. All my line was slack on the beach. Oh, this is brilliant fishing, man. I know those congers were a bit of a pain, but then we had a nice run of hounds. Be nice to top it off now with a nice stingray. Those congers have been, me and Mark were laughing. Gone through some hooks, Mark, haven't we? We've gone through some hooks, haven't we? Oh, it's another smooth hound. I get Mark just to bring him up now. Thanks, Mark. Mark's just getting beaten up by a smooth hound. Not happy. Yeah, just drop him, Mark, on him. Yeah. Let Mark bring it in now. We turn my head torch off on Mark's. Oh, another lovely smooth hound. Go on, bring it in, Mark. You went down and got it and got beaten up.
Yeah,
yeah, another cracking smooth hound. Thanks, Mark. They're all about the same stamp. They're not massive, are they?
No, they're all about
£6-7.
Yeah.
A couple of £5 ones. But yeah, thanks, Mark. We'll get Mark get that one.
I know why I come on these fishing trips for.
Yeah, brilliant fishing. Thanks very much, Mark.
All I'm saying.
No, he's after a pole cod for his species hunt, but he is scratching round in the side of one rod. But yeah, fantastic fishing, absolutely fantastic. I hope you can hear that screaming off. That is absolutely screaming off. That went there, Mark. Oh, I couldn't knock the camera on quick enough. That screamed off, eh? That did.
Maybe what a that Tom will do.
Yeah. Oh, swimming in like hell now. That went there, Mark, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, I'm gutted I couldn't get the camera and that on quick enough then, because that was rapid. It's a smooth on the cast at the moment. Like I said about that little depths of water I have to go under, see, Mark? Oh, I have to go around the rod stand for a minute. Get back into shot, yeah. That's going right the way down the groins. Oh, I wish you could hear that then. That was brilliant, man. I was just talking to Mac and it didn't even bite, it just tore off, it did. You gotta love a smooth hound. I know we're not catching stingray at the moment. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I know we're not getting any stingray at the moment, but we've got to love smooth hound fishing. That is amazing bycatch. That was brilliant. It was just brilliant, man. Oh, that was a good fight. Thanks, Mark. I'll get Mark to bring it up now. I thought that was going to be a bigger one, eh, Mark?
Yeah.
That really went, didn't it? Hey, Mark, bring it in now.
A little bit.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Hey.
It's not happy, like.
No, that is not, not the biggest smooth hound we've had. But that, this took off, didn't it?
Took off it. So
That absolutely didn't even bite, it just zipped off.
yeah, like a rocket.
Yeah, you got to love a smooth hound, but I won't keep him out longer now. But yeah, smooth hound every cast now. Hopefully we can get some bigger ones.
Well,
Oi.
You're getting smooth in every cast. I'm just keeping the strap conger
Mark
off you.
keeps on getting the strap conger, but I'll slip him straight back now. And hopefully we can get a bigger hound for you, and a nice double figure one will be good. And hopefully Mac can empty the solent of conger so we can get into the stingray. But you don't mind catching these when you're stingray fishing. I'll get him quickly back now. Oh, you just see Mac helping me over there. I only even brought the lights over, I light them up with the head torch. But Mac's rod went screaming off. Because fair play to him, he has been emptying the solent of strap conger. Swimming a minute, was he? Trying to keep my head torch on Mac without shining on the water. Yeah, we've got a lovely depth of water now in front of us, and the hounds have just definitely come in. We're just hoping now that there'll be a stinger in between them. Oh, he's going well, Mark. I'm trying to keep the light in here, I don't want to go out. I may have to go and take the light off Mac, to see if he can land it on his own now. Here he comes. Well done, Mark.
Another.
Yeah, torch, Mark. Another cracking smooth hound.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller, Mark.
A bit smaller.
Yeah, 4 or 5 pounds.
Still as feisty.
Yeah, man.
But it's certainly doing the swimming train thing.
At least it's not a strap conger.
Well, that's what I said about chucking it a little bit further out. So
Yeah.
I think that
Distance.
distance is making a difference. They conger are sort of like in smooching around all that close into
Yeah.
where it drops, and that you get a little bit further out, and then
Yeah.
lo and behold, you're on the smooth out.
Yeah. What we'll do is now we watch Mac putting this back now. Off like a rocket. Well done, Mac. I hope you can pick it up on there. I'll try and shine my head torch on it. But there's, I think the straps have come back through. Me and Mac have picked a couple up again now. The hounds seem to have pushed off, but there's a bite on each one of them now. But we're just coming up to high water, and I'm not sure if the hounds have moved off. We may have to catch them again on the ebb. But I think fortunately, I think we might have another run of straps again. Yeah, the hound came through, as you see, and we were really busy. And then they just went. And then we're just getting strap bites again now. Which I hope not, because they're just trashing the rigs. But yeah, it's been a brilliant night so far. I know the straps have been a bit of a pain, but at least there's a fish. We had a lovely run of hounds. We had that bass in between. Yeah, I'll show you now what I mean now, telltale signs. If I can bring it over and show you. Wait. I'll try and shine my head torch in it without blinding you. Telltale signs, strap conger. Look at that, it's all tangled up to the max. So I think we might, just before high water now, when it's slowed off a bit, I think the straps will come through. So we may have to battle through them. I won't bring you back if we keep on catching straps, but if we get back onto the hounds and the stingers, I'll bring you back. But yeah, telltale signs, the straps are back. That's on a right ball. We'll have to cut those hooks off and retie them on. But yeah, what we'll do is now, if we just keep having congers for another hour, we'll man it out, and then we'll, on the ebb end, hopefully we can pick a stinger up and a couple more hounds. This is ripping off down tide. I just had a conger, and I was just telling Mac, I said, the bloody congers. And then this just went ripping off down tide. We were sitting there, and I brought in the conger, which just, you could see the other rods just in the stand by there. The conger just tangled me up and that, and it just T-barred him off him into the water. And then this just, as you seen it, I was trying to knock everything off and ripping off, it did. So hopefully the hounds will come back through, or maybe a stinger. Because, how many straps you just had in the last half hour, Mark? Not quite a few with me. Yeah, I don't think it's a stinger, it's another hound. Stingers are a completely different fight when they come in. Oh, massive lump of weed in there, look at that. Get off. It's a hound, Mark. He's going down the other groin. I got a massive lump of weed on it. You got it, Mark? Come in. Just want to give Mark a hand. But you don't fall, Mark. Oh, another cracking hound dog. We were just saying, but then me and Mac started having all the strap congers coming through again, and they were balling up our rigs. And I just said to Mac, as you can see my other rods in the stand there, I just T-barred the strap conger off, and I turned around and I tried to get the camera on now and ripping off. Lovely smooth hound again. They've all been about the average stamp, haven't they? We've had a couple of small ones, you know, about 3 or 4 pound, but yeah, they've been really good fighters. Absolutely made up, fantastic evening. I know the strap congers have been a pain, but it's yeah, a big pain, but it's welcome in to have these in between here. We're probably going to give it another hour, see if we can get a stinger for you, but if these come back through, we might wait a little bit longer. Fantastic fighting fish, fantastic fun. But I'm going to get him slipped back now, and hopefully I don't get another conger. Off he goes. Oh, our last casts are out now. It's gone. Oh, I don't know if it's going to come out. Oh, I'm just going to do an extra two, I was, and say so long. And then my left hand rod just had a big slack line there, and I was winding it in. The GoPro battery died. So then I ended up landing it just down by Mac there. Not a massive one, but yeah, nice little smooth down to finish. As you can see, I packed away my beach buddy. I got my last rod out, my other rods there. Mac's just parking away there, and I love a little smooth down to finish. What a fantastic evening's fishing. I know the strap conger had been a bit of a pain, and the weed now is proper starting to push through, so I think we're packing up just at the right time. Unfortunately, we didn't get no stingers. But yeah, it doesn't matter with a night like that. The smooth hound have proper been great tonight. Fantastic fighting fish. I'm going to get him back now. I'll get all my rods in, and then I'll get back to you with an extra and say so long. Oh. Fantastic fish. Make sure when he goes out there, right? There he goes. Oh, I just put that smooth down back in now, and I'm going to finish packing up. I'll leave that one out there. If I have another run or anything on it, I'll get back to you. But I think that one was just a one-off because the weed is proper pushed through now it is. But I'm going to finish packing everything away. But like I spoke about, what a fantastic night. Brilliant to have Mac down from Scotland, because he's going to be fishing a boat competition this weekend. But unfortunately we couldn't get a stinger for him. But brilliant night. I know the like we spoke about, the straps have been a bit of a pain. But yeah, hound fishing like that, you can't go wrong. You don't mind not catching a stinger. But I will definitely be back out, because as you know, my target this year is catch a stinger over 50 pound. So I will be coming back and forth and dropping one in between other videos. But yeah, brilliant. But yeah, everyone, thank you very much for watching. If I don't see you on the beach, I'll see you on the channel. Enjoy your fishing, everyone.